Okay, London Real segment. Dr. Grieger, Dr. Michael Grieger gets on there and talks to Brian Rose, and Brian Rose asks him, why are people on a carnivore diet doing well? And Dr. Grieger proceeds to babble for 5 minutes. It is disturbing to see how flustered these guys are getting. And it's almost if he's had the sort of the McDougalification of his brain, because he just became completely addled. Complete incoherent nonsense comes out of his mouth talking about why carnivores are being successful. And so instead of perhaps saying that maybe meat's not bad for you, maybe people that are eating nothing but meat, that aren't eating all the processed garbage, that aren't eating the sugars and the flours and the seed oils and the junk food, maybe we had it wrong. Maybe meat's not bad after all. Maybe because humans have been eating meat since humans have been humans. Maybe it's okay. What do you think, Maximus? Do you want the daily dozen, or would you rather me just give you some meat like you had for breakfast just a minute ago? Would you rather Dr. Grieger's daily dozen? Can we import food from around the world just to feed you? What do you think? Anyway, it is just bizarre to see how these guys are gesticulating and just, falling apart mentally trying to figure out how to deal with the carnivores. And it's not that I think everyone in the world needs to go carnivore, but it does show, in my view, and I think as these studies will happen, and like I said, study on carnivore happening the next few months. If you want to be involved, if you've been carnivore for at least 6 months, whether that's 90% all meat, mostly meat, we'll see what the inclusion criteria is going to ultimately be. But if you're in that category, you want to be part of the first major modern study on the carnivore diet, please go to the World Carnivore Tribe on Facebook and sign up. I know a lot of people don't like Facebook. Facebook sucks for a lot of reasons, but that is a resource the primary researchers want to utilize for this particular study. So if you want to be involved in the very first landmark study on carnivore that may be changing the world, sign up. Anyway, back to Grieger. I'm not going to comment much at all on his physical appearance. I think it speaks for itself. I will say that it is important to maintain lean muscle mass for both function, for longevity, and health reasons. There are clear associations between being strong and living long and being free of disease. And if your diet, whatever it is not allowing for that, you are compromising your health. If you go on a whole food plant-based diet and you cut out added sugar and you cut out added oil and you cut out processed food, you are going to be probably, to some degree, you're probably going to lose weight compared to the standard American diet eater. Remember, the standard American diet is not a meat eater. A standard American diet is a person eats mostly junk food and they happen to include meat in that diet. I mean, that's just a omnivorous junk food diet, right? It's not the meat that's causing the problem. This is what we're seeing. And so these guys, because they're so ideologically driven, they'll never admit to the fact that, wait a minute, maybe we had it wrong. Maybe meat's not the bad guy. Maybe it's just the junk food. Maybe it's the crap we've been eating over the last 50 years, 100 years. It's been introduced into the human diet for the first time. Is that possible? Is that plausible? Think about it. What's more plausible? Food we've been eating since the dawn of time versus crap that's been invented, the pet food, the processed food, the industrial food we started eating in the last 50 to 100 years. What's more plausible for causing all this obesity epidemic, this disease outbreak, this chronic disease that we have everywhere? If you have a brain that has enough cholesterol, it should be pretty obvious to you guys. Anyway. All right, well, Maximus has had his breakfast. I'm going to go get my breakfast, and it's going to be, I think I'm going to have some ribeye and some shrimp, perhaps. No French toast for me. You guys watched my video yesterday. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys participate in the study. I hope you guys continue pushing the movement. Like I said, I'll be on the London Real program to offer my perspective, hopefully in a more coherent fashion than the babbling of Dr. Michael Grieger. I've included a link for Grieger on the description. You guys watch it. It's entertaining. It is also a little bit alarming and a little bit scary in my view. It kind of reminds me of the McDougal rant from, 6 months ago, where he appeared to be either drunk or something wrong with his cognition. All right, guys, well, me and Maximus are signing out. Maximus likes being a carnivore. He's a happy dog. Dogs thrive on an all-meat diet, guys. If you have a dog that's fat, that has skin condition, that's overweight, that has smelly farts, that has some issue, put your dog on an all-meat diet. If you don't want to do it yourself, try it on your dog first. Remember, dogs are humans' best friends because we ate the same food. We shared a common interest, which was hunting and eating animals. That's why these guys are around these days. Okay, guys, take care, and we'll see you on the next video.